Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Go4Evolve ESL Sunday Cup. Good morning, Aegeus. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing great today, IG. How are you?
Doing excellent myself. Oh my goodness, I'm incredibly excited for this match we got today. Unlike any other ESL Go4Evolve Sunday that we've cast so far, every team that has signed up has actually made it to check-in this morning but one.
Yeah, with the exception of one. That's awesome. We have not seen a showing like this since the very first pre-Go4Evolve Sunday Cup, like the first trial cup. We haven't actually seen a showing like this. So I'm excited. It's like the scene just blew up out of nowhere. We have, I think, about twice as many teams as we had last week, or close to it at least.
Absolutely, Aegis. And there's a lot of teams that I'm really excited to watch. I love getting new blood in the scene. And you know what? A lot of the older teams have shuffled substantially.
Yeah, there are a ton of new teams. We have had many roster changes in the older existing teams. In fact, let's go and take a look at all the new teams right now. Let's check out the brackets. Let me just pull that up here. Oh, looks like OBS doesn't want to be cooperative once again. Let me fix that real quick, because it just loves doing this. Let's see here.
Not a problem there, Aegis. How are you doing out there, everybody? See, my head's getting a little cut off.
Here we go.
There we are.
So this should fix it. I think I got it figured out now. There we go. All right, so first up, we've got a bunch of different new teams. We have El Perros Grande. They are actually a British team versus the Xenomorphs in round one. The Xenomorphs, another interesting new team. We have Legion. I don't believe they've played before. Let's check them out real quick. Yeah, they are brand new. Okay, I was going to say, if they played, they may have played in the Trial Cup before the ESL. But I knew I didn't recognize their name. Even More Evolved, which is a German team. It's great to see teams from countries around the world still filtering in.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got teams here like El Perros Grande from Britain. That's going to be an exciting match to watch if we get to cast one of theirs.
Yeah, we were trying to get them in first, but they were taking a little bit too long to respond and set up. So we just decided to quickly move. We will be checking out Apex Black versus a team named Stage 3 first. No relation to the Stage 3 podcast coming up very soon on this channel. That will be next weekend for our first show. And we will have more info about that and the special guest that we have planned for our first show as well later on in the broadcast.
We have the return of our favorite Ukrainian team, Team Vid.
Team Vid, yes. Yes, we just had them on screen. We were just checking them out.
Let's see.
Click has returned, of course. Apex Black is here once again. Eyes on You. Okay, you know, and let me actually check what the roster change was for Eyes on You. I know, oh, they picked up Shower Gel. Okay. Actually, they picked up yeah, I think it was just Shower Gel. I know that previously, Eyes on You's Hunter team never really had time to practice together. They would just play games when they could with other random people, and they would show up on Sundays, and they still did very, very well. Second place finish, a first place, and 2 third places over the past 4 cups. And, you know, that was due to real-life obligations from some of their members who have now stepped down for other players who are able to play and practice regularly with the team. So that can only be good things for Eyes on You. I mean, if they played that well previously, how well are they going to play this week or even next week once they have a little more time for the new team to really start to gel together?
No, I absolutely agree with you. Not only that, but I think that a lot of these teams have been watching the previous ESL Go4Evolves and have just been waiting and biding their time until the cup was over and they knew that they could enter a new one with a fresh start where the points are reset, where they'd have an equal chance of getting at the cup as everybody, and I'm excited to see them here today.
And you know what? Hold that thought. We're actually going right into the next game. I did not have the other screen up. I didn't think they would be ready this quickly. So we are actually jumping right in. It looked like Markov, Maggie, what was that, Kyra, and Hank?
and we're going to be seeing a Kraken as well. So,
And a Kraken.
ugh.
So pretty much the standard lineup that we have always seen. All right, hold on one second.
No problem whatsoever. So, yeah, standard lineup. Once again, for everybody out there that's still asking, this is Apex Black versus the new team, Stage 3. Jumping right into Stage 3's Kraken.
All right, this is Stage 3's Kraken. He is currently a Stage 1 Kraken, though. He is not Stage 3 yet. And we have, on the Hunter team for Apex Black, on Assault, we have the Pie Maker as a sub. We have Apex Adrenocide, the medic, playing Cairo. We have Apex Nightmare, the support, playing Hank. And we have Wardoom playing Maggie, the Trapper. Alright, and he does trigger birds right off the bat. They already have eyes on him, only 30 meters away.
Yeah, very unlucky there. Drone Paw is trying to sneak through the underside of this building here, but, you know, it's very interesting because he knows that they have Daisy. They know exactly where he's at, and the choice to sneak right there just kind of wastes time.
He does duck through the building and gets away.
Yep, it looks like he's going to be able to drag them out the backside of the building, and Wardoom isn't quite in range to be able to make the interception.
Alright, and he's going to duck out towards the beach, right near that tyrant. One of the favorite spots for many a monster on this map. Oh, and they do get the dome.
Wow, the dome does go down.
Wow. Wow, I was not expecting them to pull off a dome. They're just kind of taking their time setting up. Assault coming in hard. And nope, Kraken ducks back the other way. No, he's just in damage avoidance mode right now. You know, that's pretty smart. He just needs to get as far away as possible and do what he can to mitigate whatever damage is possible. It's Stage 1. Hank laying into him on the laser cutter.
Absolutely there, Aegis. He's just doing an excellent job of kiting them around this. I've seen a lot of higher stage teams will actually just set up 4 little positions around that so that they can just continually put damage onto him, no matter where he decides to run around it. Even if it's just, you know, the medic launching flame grenades at him. He's not damaging anybody right now, so there's nothing else for her really to do. But there it is. Yep, punishing him really good now. I think they might just get the armor down just before the dome drops. Yeah, there it goes.
Just barely. Yep, look at that. Look at that. So he did a great job mitigating damage there, making do with a poor situation that he was stuck in. Only lost probably about a bar of health right there.
Yep, however, the Pie Maker is doing an excellent job of sticking on top of him. I'd say that they, probably pulled about a full bar off. Hard to say. Hard to say, Aegis.
Yeah, it is tough to tell in the observer mode because it does not split the health bar of the monster up into traditional bars, like it does in the actual game.
Now, I just have to say here, Apex has made an excellent start for themselves. The way that they really need to follow this up is just not allow him to feed. Traditionally, that would have been a great thing for Drone Paw because generally, most monsters that we've seen here in the ESL have their Evolve energy ready to go by the time that they're domed first. And they just use that as an opportunity to avoid all the damage, use up all their armor in order to get out of there, and then take that opportunity when the dome is down to go evolve. But unfortunately, their dome is almost back up right now.
Yeah, and look at that. And Pie Maker doing a great job staying on him, using that machine gun at a distance to keep that chip damage on the monster, prevent him from feeding if possible. Oh, and Wardoom drops the dome on the Kraken again. This is the second Stage 1 dome.
You know, this is an interesting place to fight the Kraken, though. I don't know which abilities specifically Drone Paw's taken, or like, I know that he's got the Vortex in it, but I don't know how many points he's gone into the Banshees or anything. But he doesn't have a whole lot of burst here, Aegis. Traditionally, this is a really scary place to fight a monster that has any kind of burst Stage 1. It's one of the better places for them to engage, but I don't think they need to be scared here with this Kraken.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Look at that. Apex Nightmare doing a great job mitigating the little bit of aggression that the Stage 1 Kraken was able to push out. And now back over to Pie Maker the Assault as he continues the trace, trying to put the hurt on Drone PA, the Stage 1 Kraken.
Absolutely. He jumps in and he's able to get that lightning gun damage on. I think they might be able to strip They've got about 20 seconds of dome left. I think that they should be able to strip at least another bar of arm or a bar of health off of him before he gets out of here. But the biggest thing here is that now the game might actually progress here because Drone Paw finally has the energy to evolve, which means he's going to be looking to make a beeline out of this dose and get as far away as he can and go sneaky as he has been doing. And hopefully he can get far enough away that Daisy isn't going to make that much of a difference.
We have Piemaker attacked by Blitz Leopards right there. Look at that. Takes out the Blitz Leopards. Back to the Kraken now.
All right, and it does look like he's going to be able to make it down. Yeah, I think he's headed down towards that beach, Aegis, that famous evolve spot for just about every monster on this map.
Yeah, that's exactly where I think he's headed right now. Well, he's going to cut up into the caves and then circle back around the entire map over to that beach. No, he's going to evolve right here.
He's going to ace the evolve. Wow, this is a risky option.
That seems a little risky. Look at that. Trapper right out in the front, closing in on Drone PA. I think that she will close in range to get the dome. Yeah, look at that.
She will, but
30
she
meters
doesn't
away.
Have the dome up for about another 15 seconds here, Aegis. So he does just have just enough time to be able to skip away here, if he does it right. Oh, wow. Goes hard into that Banshee Mind Vortex. Means he's going to... Oh, wow. And he gets War Doom separated down to just a little fraction of his health, and I don't think Medic is anywhere near here.
I agree. Little misplay by War Doom's part here. A little overly aggressive. May cost him the dome. This may turn out to be a waste of dome, but no, great shields. Wow. Great heals.
And they make Drone Paw pay for every second he just took there. All of his bonus health has already gone here, Aegis. He's already almost down to half health.
Yeah, he's almost back to where he was at stage 1. The Piemaker staying on him hard with that lightning gun, never letting up, just dishing out that punishing, electrifying damage.
You know, a great Vortex, though. He's doing a great job of trying to get them separated over the edge of this rock so that they're unable to really help each other, and he's trying to get all of them low so that Kyra doesn't know where to focus. He's doing a great job of keeping his head while he's still, like, not in a great situation, trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, this is a terrible situation for him to be in. The damage output just isn't enough. Kyra really isn't having that hard of a time healing through it. He is dropping those vortexes, though, keeping them at a distance. And look at that. Worse off than when he was at stage 1. He does have the additional damage of a stage 2 Kraken, but man, that is some low health. He needs to go into full damage avoidance mode from here until stage 3. Nightmare coming in with the laser cutter. He pounces on Nightmare.
Nightmare, not
he may have. Yep, he does get the down there.
Yeah, free tag for Drone Paw. Actually, no, because Piemaker.
But Piemaker, yeah, not laying up, still with that lightning gun. He is down to maybe 2 bars of health now. They're just over.
I feel like Drone Paw shouldn't have stayed and played there because he was trying to see if he could pop Assault, but he should have known. Like it's been a long time since Assault had to use his shield in the middle of combat there.
Yeah, there was no chance that he had of doing any legitimate damage to Assault right there. Wow. He should have backed off, taken that one free strike, and gotten away.
You know, he needs to be really careful here because I'm almost positive that Dome is going to be back up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Dome will be up in just a few moments, and he does realize this and back off. Looks like he's headed towards the beach. Every monster's favorite spot.
There's a lot of food down there, and there's a Tyrant to be able to help out in case of emergencies there, Aegis. It is great that he's got a strike on Hank. I'd say that's decent coming in here late game because they are going to need that shield. If he's able to get some armor, it might get interesting.
Right.
Oh, wow. And okay.
4 bars of armor there, not bad.
Lots of free forage. Picks up another Mammoth Bird there. He should be at full armor, which actually only brings him to half evolve energy, which is kind of scary for him. He does make them overcommit on this pillar on the beach here, though, and he's able to slip back around the other side. War Doom trying to commit back. I love seeing this, Aegis. It's the mark of a monster that knows how to try and play a Hunter team, but I think he's going to get caught anyways.
Yeah, I think they will. Ducks back over Adrenocide. And look at War Doom just waiting outside of that massive rock formation, right where that split is, waiting to figure out which way the Kraken is going to commit to.
Hank, about to go down.
He dodges the orbital, though. Great attempt. It will chase him off of Nightmare, but no damage dealt, and he dodges the dome as well.
I was just gonna say there, Aegis. As we were saying that, they tried to drop the dome, but as he was trying to dodge the orbital barrage, he ended up dodging the dome as well. Fantastic job, and this might turn the game around here for Drone Paw because he's now going to be able to take a free stage 3. He can move up that hill much faster than the Hunters can. They've been in combat, burning their jetpack, trying to stay on top of him. He's going to be, oh, you know what, though? He takes the opportunity to stop and feed. I don't know if this is the right choice.
Yeah.
I think he needs to get away, like far and away.
Yeah, he needs to get as far away as possible. He is not even halfway to stage 3 yet. The aggression that this Hunter team has been putting on him all game is astounding. They're not giving him any breathing room.
You might say that they've taken their aggression to the next stage, Aegis.
Yeah, they are putting out some stage 3 aggression here for sure.
Fantastic pounce damage there, but unfortunately Hanky is able to come in and Kyra's going to be able to heal up.
Look at that Wardoom right there. Will Wardoom get the dome? Dome drops, and he is in. This could be the last dome. He is backed into a corner, and he doesn't have a ring here. He's trapped.
You know, he doesn't. This isn't a great situation for him, but an interesting thing he might be looking for, he can vortex them over the top there, and oh no, it looks like
he can try, but will it be enough? Will it be enough? Piemaker getting boosted by that Hank orbital. Wow, that was an accidental boost there that worked out in their favor. Piemaker on the lightning gun, laying into him. No armor left. They are on the final bar and a half of health right now.
Drone Pod just trying to exploit that verticality, trying to get the separation any way that he can, and I don't think it's going to be enough here, Aegis.
Vortex off the cliff, but he can climb right back up. Vortex again, though. He needs to turn his back to them and minimize damage.
This is it, Aegis.
Yep. Nightmare on the laser cutter, Piemaker on the lightning gun. They will take him out, and Apex Black's Hunters win Game 1.
You know, another fantastic showing by Apex Black there, Aegis. They had a really, really good showing in the cup, in the final Go4Evolve Final Cup, and I really like to see this team kind of meshing better than they did in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing really, really well today. I'm impressed. A great way to open up the first round of today's Cup. And let's see, we should maybe go into Game 2 right away. I did not get any information from them about the map picks, so we will be blind on the map picks here. While we wait, let's actually continue talking about the brackets again. Let's see what other hype matches we have. You know, it's really interesting. I think with the exception of Team Apex Black, every other team competing in the round of 32 is actually a brand new team. And we are going right into round 2 right away. Once again, welcome to the Sunday Cup, folks. This is a best of 5. This is the round of 32 right now. We will be jumping into the second game in this best of 5 very, very shortly, just about now, in fact. The way that this works is each team, their hunters, play the other team's monster, and vice versa, simultaneously for a total of 2 games in the first round and another 2 games in the second round. If there is a 2-2 tie, it will go into a deciding best of 5 5th game tiebreaker. So this will be the second game of Apex Black's Hunter team playing right now against the monster of Stage 3. Let's see if there is any update right now on the score. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on the brackets, Aegis. I was actually just checking for you. Although it is interesting that on some of them, but not all of them, they've already placed the...
We do have it. Let's see. The monster one for Apex Black also. So Apex Black is currently up 2-0. If they win this game right here, the series will end, and they will advance to the round of 16, where all the other veteran ESL Go4Evolve Sunday Cup teams will be waiting for them. And thank you all so much for the great showing this morning, folks. They pushed the time back by 2 hours. I think it's allowed a lot more people to filter in and watch. Thank you so much for all the follows today. It is a great way to support the channel. You can click that follow button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you will get notified in the future anytime we go live. And it looks like we are backing out. Okay, so the second round will be on MedLab. That's cool. That's one of my favorite maps, in fact.
No, I completely agree. MedLab is a fairly balanced map. I personally dislike it. I don't like playing on it, just because the monster that I generally play with is an incredibly sneaky guy, and there's so many opportunities on MedLab for them to break line of sight with the different vertical levels,
There
and
is.
to be able to just squirt right out underneath you and be gone until they hit stage two.
Even so, it still is like
Oh, it's
it's
very
still a
balanced.
great map. Yeah, it's very very balanced, and that's what I like about it. There's a lot of opportunities for the monster to get past you, but they're not unfair opportunities. It doesn't. It just feels like your team messed up when the monster actually manages to sneak by you. It doesn't feel
Completely
like it was
agree, Aegis.
cheesy in any way.
No, no, I completely agree with you there, Aegis. It's just, I don't mind a little hunter advantage if I'm playing hunter. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, we all like that feel good win every once in a while, right?
That's right. Occasionally, just occasionally.
All right, we are jumping into the next game right now. Keep in mind that when we see the players pick their characters, these have already been pre-selected behind the scenes. The way it works, we do have a change this week that we should talk about.
We
The way
should.
it works is Trapper and Medic pick first now, then the monster player picks their monster, and then Assault and Support get a chance to counterpick.
That's right, Aegis. For anybody out there who wasn't aware, the current meta kind of feels that, or a lot of the players feel that Kyra is kind of the only viable pick at the moment. So why would we pick her as one of the current counter picks? Does that make sense? So
Right.
essentially now it allows for more ability to counterpick against the monster. Aegis. I
Right, and
really like what they've done here.
the idea is we're supposed to see something other than Markov. We might. He just picked Markov. He just backed out. It may be to reselect a perk, or it may be to pick a different assault.
I'm just excited about what I see for Monster here,
No,
Aegis.
he's
I
sticking with Markov.
love a good Goliath game.
I do too. Goliath is by far my favorite monster. He is the iconic Evolve monster. Everyone recognizes that ugly mug, and we all love it, I think.
Absolutely, Aegis. That it just I don't know what it is, but the first time I ever pictured Evolve Esports, what I pictured was an arena full of people going crazy after an Evolve or after a Goliath ends a game in a leap smash, and I think that just kind of sums up the excitement of this game right there. That feeling in the pit of your stomach right as it lands. Oh, I love it.
You
It's
know,
what got me hooked.
You're absolutely right. There is nothing like ending a match with a leap smash. It feels great when you actually manage to pull that off.
Very theatrical looking. It's just fantastic.
All
Anyhow,
right, and here we go in game number 2 of the round of 32. This is Apex Black versus Stage 3. Stage 3's monster, Drone PA, currently a Stage 1 Goliath. Once
Oh.
again, no relation to the Stage 3 podcast coming up on this channel. It just happened to be poor timing on both our parts, I would say.
Ages,
And also,
I
as the old adage goes, great minds think alike, right?
hate to interrupt you here, Aegis, but he's done something really smart there that I don't see a whole lot of people do. He's gone directly into the lower level, which forces the monster or the hunters to be able to drop down there, and he's taken those free human corpses that last underneath that area for the entire match. Just free meat that cannot give him any kind of birds. So he already filled up his armor before even like 5 seconds into the match, Aegis. It's
Yep.
fantastic.
Unfortunately, he triggered 2 birds in a row right after that, after
Yeah,
leaving
he
that
did.
central area, which
Well-
is really too bad for him. Because
And-
he had a
and what-
great chance to duck away from the hunters and really put some distance on him. Look at that, going into sneak mode right now. But I think they do see him. Yeah, he's in an all-out run now.
Yeah, I think the medic just spotted him, but I think that they're close enough that they're going to be able to dome him. What I think he's trying to do here is maybe bait the dome out in this area because he is so close to that evolve already.
Yeah. Yeah, he sees War Doom. Okay, he's just going to run and get away from War Doom now. We hear the dome coming down way too far away. Wow! He warped through the
That
dome.
may have been latency issues there, Aegis, because it looked like he was in, and the next frame it looked like he was out.
If I'm not mistaken, both teams are NA teams, so I doubt it was latency. I think what happened is the dome attempted to cut him in half, straight down the middle of the Goliath. Anytime we have a situation like that, by default, the monster will get pushed to the outside of the dome, rather than getting
That
cut
does
in
make
half.
sense. Yeah, that absolutely makes sense, Aegis. It's hard to hold half a monster.
Exactly.
All right. And fantastic use of Fire Breath to farm there. It looks like he's going to be able to get that stage 3 and escape rather handily. Moving his way through the Sloth Canyon here. Going to pick up a couple of tasty Blitz Leopards. And that should put him right where he needs to be at, Aegis.
Yeah, and look at that. He will, I think, head to the west side of the map. Interesting. I was expecting him to go full north and evolve under the cover of that downed spaceship. He may be headed that way right now, though. Yeah, it looks like he is. Well, he's cutting through the middle. Interesting choice here. He's just in an all-out run, doing his best to escape this Hunter team.
That's right, Aegis. He just needs to put enough distance on that he can use that evolve. But unfortunately, I think that their dome is almost back up. Not quite yet, Aegis, but maybe 10 seconds-ish, like very soon.
Yeah, and if they know that he's down here, which it looks like they do, they could drop the dome from above and trap him in. Wardoom right above him, possibly just about to drop that dome. Look at that.
No, Aegis,
got the dome out. He's going to get
He might be waiting to bait that, though, Aegis, because that would be a really great dome for him. No, it looks like he is able to squirt out the side there.
Yeah, he is going to get away here. Yeah, he will definitely get away. He's in sneaking mode. Yep, they see him. We can see the pinks coming down.
Fantastic. They just caught him there, Aegis. Or at least it looked like they just caught him. I didn't see any pings before that, and that was the last bush before he got around the outside. But, you know, he has saved up a whole lot of traversal trying to sneak there, and he does have a few abilities that are going to let him move as fast as he can. In fact, I think he went 1-1-1 into Leap Smash Charge, which is the high mobility move, and then 1 into Fire Breath for farming because it is much quieter.
Yep.
All right, he does start the evolve there. It's kind of interesting that he doesn't move forward and try and do it inside the shell. He does it right here on top of the Tyrant.
Right next to the Tyrant, yeah.
I suspect that's in case they try and start doing damage to him from either side, like get a little bit over eager.
You know, that's a great defensive spot right there, because they cannot jump down into that low water, that shallow water.
Oh, but the dome goes down, and he almost gets orbital. He gets out just in time, takes control of his character, and is able to just move himself.
Wow, great long-distance orbital there.
Wow, fantastic. Now, Drone needs... Actually, I didn't see what he went. Did you, Aegis?
You know, I missed it, unfortunately. We will have to figure it out. Drone comes in with a Fire Breath on the entire team.
Fire Breath looking like it's kind of the weaker option there. Wow, and he gets the sneak pounce, and nobody's actually able to do any damage. Just the shield gets off. However, they're already able to heal him up while he's underneath there. It looks like he's having trouble making damage stick with this Hank Kyra combo.
Yeah, he's kind of flailing around sporadically here.
Oh, wow, but a fantastic
rock throw into Leap Smash on Nightmare. Nightmare deftly dodges that Leap Smash, though. And look at those Maggie traps, locking him in place while they dish out that punishing damage. He's already down to half health.
You know, Aegis, this is looking really, really hard for him.
Highmaker on the lightning gun gets knocked away by a rock throw. Hank Nightmare on the laser cutter, continuing to dish out that damage, and yet another Maggie trap locking him in place as he tries to get away. Even Adrenocide, the medic, is laying into him with those napalm grenades.
The dome went down, and he still had to stay engaged for another 8+ seconds there, Aegis. They were able to strip off at least another entire bar of health just from those traps. Fantastic placement.
Yeah, great play right there. And he's going to continue to run away and try to escape to the best of his ability.
Now, this isn't over yet, Aegis. Drone Paw could come back from this, but I feel like his problem is he can't keep any damage on them because he doesn't have enough bursts. He split out all of his abilities.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. His abilities are just too split. He doesn't have that focused high damage output needed to burst down a single hunter.
Oh, no, he actually just got a couple of mammoth birds there, but before he's able to get much of a feed off, they're right on top of him. Daisy leading him directly there. It looks like they might get him domed here. This is not a great place for him.
Yeah, the dome does come down, and he's going to do what he can to make what could be his last stand right here.
Wow,
breathing fire up into the air.
Going very aggressive there, Aegis. I'm not sure if that's the right choice. He does have quite a few areas he can kind of duck around. It is going to be tough, but he might be... Oh, yeah. It looks like he's kind of signaling that it's over here, Aegis.
Yep. Breathing that fire into the air, kind of like a white flag. And they're just laying into him right there. Machine guns, lightning guns, Maggie traps, locking him in place over and over.
I wonder if this is just out of sheer frustration now, Aegis. Just. Oh my goodness. Oh. But
Yeah,
he does walk directly into the orbital, so I think that is it. GG, Aegis.
yeah, a pretty convincing win for Team Epex Black's Hunters. They will advance into the round of 16. Well played on the part of the new team, Stage 3. Hopefully they continue to play, continue to practice next week, and come back and put on a great show for everyone. Let's take a look at the brackets and see how some of the other teams did as well.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking into here, Aegis. I'm refreshing.
There we go. All right,
I'm kind of
let's
sad
refresh that real quick.
I don't have any. I don't see any other updates, Aegis. But I am kind of sad that Team Veed got put against Team Defend the Relay. Just because I would like to see more of Team Veed and get to cast one of their matches, and I feel like Defend the Relay is probably going to knock them out pretty early. Just they are a fairly high seeded team. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Team Click, it's going to be good to see them compete. I don't remember them actually competing yet. Looks like Go4Evolve. They lost to Sheer Madness in week 3, and then they lost to Sith Atlas on week 1. And that's been it for them. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Doesn't look like any of our other German teams came back except for a new team named Even More Evolved. And it's good to see them coming, just because the last couple of weeks, most of our German teams have been the ones that haven't made check-in for one reason or another. So it is good to finally see them make it out here. Let's see. Another international team, Team Pink Goliath.
Team Pink Goliath. I believe they are one of the new teams as well. Who else do we have? We have Run Speed Bucket, who we've seen before, versus Ninja Penguins. Okay, yeah, so we're still waiting to see who plays against Hard On You. And I know I was speaking with Sorosim, the team captain for Hard On You, trying to figure out who they were going to get as a monster. I was trying to help them find some players. I know you were too. We had one of your old teammates, I believe, play against them as a trial. But it looks like they have found their monster. Their monster is Dat Newt. And we have seen Dat Newt play many a time before. He is a very, very skilled monster player. So it looks like Hard On You will still be able to go hard on you today.
I agree, Aegis, and it's going to be great now that they, as I've understood it, they didn't have a whole lot of practice time before just because of conflicting schedules, and it looks like they are going to have, they have had quite a bit of scrimmage time coming into this week. So it should be fairly exciting to be able to watch this first match by them. By the way, we still don't know who they're going to be playing. It's good to see these community managers getting involved, Aegis. I absolutely, I mean, it speaks a lot of volumes that a person who's been involved with the game for that long and has been a part of that team and has been playing the game with them. Because everybody should know this, but I think that everybody knows that the way Turtle Rock develops is they test with everybody. So he's been playing the game for this long, and he still wants to be involved in the competitive side of it. In his free time. I think that's fantastic. I agree with you there. It looks like Wolves Esports is going to be facing the winner of a team called Legion, which is a U.S. team, and Even More Evolved, which is our other German team.
I just realized I've been muted. I am sorry, folks. I am sorry. Yes, it is unmuted now. Thank you, everyone in chat, for typing that. I think I realized it right about the same time that you guys started to type it. We are fine. Yes, Mike or Riot, we are here. We are back.
1 minute. Remember, Aegis, they are on a 1 minute delay, so they'll be rioting for another minute.
Yeah.
Let's see
I am
here.
sorry about that. At least you got one half of the conversation right. It's not as good as a whole conversation, but it is better than no conversation.
Let's see.
Now,
And,
what do you
Team
think
Sith
about
Evolve.
the picks? Team Sith
Oh,
Evolve.
sorry, I actually wasn't looking at their picks there, Aegis. In fact, your screen share has stopped working.
Yes. We're not in game currently. We're waiting for another map.
Oh, you mean like what do I think about the picks last match?
The pick. Well, no. What do you think about the pick system this week going forward? Do you think we're actually going to get to see some variety? Do you think we'll see some other assaults picked, maybe some Hyde, especially with all the buffs to Hyde?
I definitely think that we should be seeing more Hyde. I absolutely think that we should. It just all depends on what the teams have felt comfortable with, and I think that they've felt so comfortable basing their strategy around a Markov-based strategy. You know what I mean? Like when you put a central pillar of your team and a person who's been playing one character for so long, and you start to switch strategies. Sometimes, like when you try and change up a character, it can make it feel like that it's just not performing as well. Do you know what I mean? There, Aegis, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because it is a different mechanic that the whole team has to adjust to. Because, like for instance, with Markov, you base your run strategy and that kind of thing around his mines, but with Hyde, you have to base it around a completely different thing, which is those toxic grenades, which now do a big amount of damage, but do slow your team, which I think is kind of one of the things that they turns people off about, especially in a competitive scene about Hyde, is one misplaced grenade can mean the difference between winning and losing.
Yep, this is something that that teams can work out, though. It doesn't take a whole lot of practice to get this stuff fine-tuned. Sure, they've spent a whole lot more time with Markov, but all these teams have played Hyde a little bit in the downtime, even before the Hyde buff, which just makes Hyde feel that much better. And I know in a lot of games that I've played with some of these competitive members over the past week, we've played a lot more Hyde. We've seen a lot more Hyde come out. So I think we do have a good chance of seeing some Hyde play today, and I'm excited, especially against a Wraith.
I agree.
I know Hyde is very, very favored against a Wraith.
One of my problems had always, I do play some Hyde just for fun in my off time, because let's be honest, who doesn't like a good Hyde melting some faces? But one of my favorite things that I finally did is when they started allowing perks in ESL, we started practicing with perks, and Hyde became a lot more viable to me once we picked Jetpack, just because it allowed our Hyde assault to be able to stay directly on top of the monster almost all the time and make up for the monster's agility difference.
Yeah, and that jetpack recharge, it's so good. We actually played around with move speed earlier this week also. I'm still not sure I can say it's good, but it's a whole lot of fun. It is a whole lot of fun. It's actually really hard to go back to something else after you've taken that move speed and you're used to the increase. Because get this, it actually does affect your jetpack in a little way. Because your jetpack momentum, when you use that initial jetpack charge, is actually based on your character's currently existing momentum. So if move speed increases that momentum a little bit, you actually jetpack a little bit farther. It's a little bit, but it does help.
I can understand that, Aegis. I don't think that the move speed with your feet is ever going to be able to replace the. I don't know. It's kind of.
I agree. I agree.
The bursts are so strong. Jetpack boosts so strong.
Well, there currently is a push, in fact, to up the speed increase from run speed. From the run speed perk, so we may actually see it get some use at some point in the future.
That might not be a bad idea, Aegis. I mean, because currently it feels like there's just 2 or 3 that are viable for just about everybody, and that's it. At least in this higher level play, what the current higher level players, what they're doing, that's what it makes it feel like, is that there's only 1 or 2 viable strategies to go with your perks.
Yeah, and some of those things will be changing pretty soon. I know there's a push to remove DI and DR, that's damage increase and damage reduction, from the allowed choices in the tournament pool. Right now, there's no way to verify that though, so that hasn't gone through. But I know people are talking and at least trying to impress on TRS the need for a special set of tournament perks and things like that. Basically, a tournament mode where it will have something similar to the rule set that ESL is currently adhering to.
Yeah, it'll be great to see it kind of evolve, as it were. That pun, that pun. Um, Too many times one day. Anyhow, I next week is the other thing I'm going to be really excited for. Ages next week is the first week we're going to be able to say, well, if nothing unforeseen happens, next week is the first week we're going to see those tier 4 hunters being used in ESL.
Possibly,
Correct?
provided they don't change the times. I'm just trying to coordinate with some of the teams right here. Let's see. We may get into DTR.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the brackets and see if I have anything else come up. Yep, and it looks like Apex Black at
Well,
least according to the brackets, Apex Black is the only team out of the round of 32 that's finished their round.
it looks like DTR will advance to the round of 16. They have already finished their matches. Um, Apex Black, we are still waiting for them to start on the round of 16. Hard on You, we still don't have an update. Let's see. Sheer Excellence wins by default against KPV since KPV confirmed but did not show up. Or no. Maybe they did play. I'm sorry. I'm mistaken there. Let's see. And we still have no result of the games between the Xenomorphs and El Perros Grande.
Good to see Sheer Excellence back in the tournament ages.
Yes, it is. It is great to see them back in form. And let's see. They do have a bit of a lineup change. Shazberry's still there, but Avexon is now playing for them, formerly on Team Elevate. That was another roster change that happened. All right, I am speaking to Eyes on You right now. We will see if we can get in on their games next.
Hmm.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
And there's still I think 3 sets of teams that still need to finish out of the round of 32. So not quite as even as some of the other weeks have been, Aegis. You know what I mean? Like generally we usually finish a whole round of 32 and then move up into the 16.
Right, exactly. Well, 20 teams, that's usually about how many it is. It's just that we have so many new teams, so it's just difficult to coordinate that first round.
Yep, I completely understand what you're saying there, Aegis. Essentially, half of the teams ended up fighting in the round of 32, while the other half were in the round of 16. And some of the ones in the round of 16 have already advanced because, do they wait an hour or two for the other people to play and make sure that everybody's all caught up before they proceed? Or, it's a hard decision to make. I am excited to see some of these teams come back. If some of these teams that do get eliminated, I'm excited to see them practice a little bit more and be able to come back. Team Veed is just an example of a team that is stuck in there and has come back week after week after week. And I'm really excited to finally be able to cast one of their matches sometime, Aegis. I'm not sure when that's going to happen because I think you did say that DTR has already gone on to the round of 16, but Yeah, the opposite. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it seems like something has seemed to have lit a fire under a lot of these teams, and we see a lot more time and preparation has been going into a lot of the teams. Like even some of the more established teams have been putting in more and more and more time into making sure that everything is just down packed before they end up here on Sunday. It's a good thing to see.
I did it again. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. I am sorry. We will fix that. You know, I mean, I've been doing this for so many weeks now, and for some reason today, the mic mute is real. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can riot in chat. That is a terrible mistake on my part. I am so sorry. We will not mute the mic again.
Is that a challenge you're willing to take there, Aegis?
Yes, it is a challenge I am willing to take. I will focus and not do it again. The issue is we have so many different teams that we have to talk to. So when I'm typing, because my keyboard is loud, I don't want to have it showing up over the speakers, over the. I don't want to be picked up by the microphone, I guess would be the right way to say it. So I mute and then forget to unmute because I'm doing too many things at once. It's really hard to cast, do the show, and basically, I don't know what you would call it, a producer, I guess, on the back end, doing all the behind the scenes stuff all at the same time. It's very, very difficult. When you watch, when you watch one of the ESL broadcasts or something, I know, like, when I was at PAX, they had more people backstage than I could actually count. I don't know what they had, 15, 20 people total working for them on the show.
It takes a whole crew to make a show, Aegis. Absolutely, it's a fantastic thing to watch sometimes, just because they are a professional production team, and it really does speak volumes about how much the industry has moved forward. Because not even 8 years ago, this was all just people working with OBS and XSplit on their home computers.
Right, like we're doing right now.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love it. Let's see. So looks like they have a full lobby. Are we ready to move into the next match?
They are doing the picks right now. Let me check with binges. All right, there we go. Just sent him a quick message. We'll see what the picks are. Let's see here. Okay, and it looks like Eyes on You and Epex are doing the pick ban phase. Wow. And Avixon is telling me that he is only subbing in for sheer excellence while he looks for a team. They needed another player, and since he's basically a free agent, he is good now.
Awesome. It's good to see players actually be able to play and teams not have to forfeit just because they don't quite have their format figured out just yet. It's great. I like to see that. I'm excited to, like, we still haven't seen the result of El Perros Grande versus the Xenomorphs. And I'll be honest, I'm excited to see how those two teams do.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see. Obviously, only one of them can advance. One of them will be eliminated in the round of 32. Hopefully, whichever one is will continue to practice and will come back even stronger the next week.
Yeah, there was something about Team Xenomorphs.
Man, and look at these banners right here.
Did they have the new animated ones there, H's? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got some really cool ones right here.
I'd say I like Weslington's. I'm a little jelly over that.
Weslington's looks very cool, and I like Weebaki's also. Kind of got that, like that winged death theme going on right there.
Well, you know me, just I'm a huge fan of Weebaki, but unfortunately, one of the guys I play with has had something like that for quite a while now. Just different colors.
The winged one is new though, as of the DLC. If I remember correctly, I don't think I've seen that before.
It's something very similar. I do like the wings on it, though. I agree with you. I thought that was just a background that they had just kind of made look like it.
All right, and we have some results from Eyes on You's map picking and bans phase. MedLab will be first, Distillery second, and if it goes into a deciding game number 5, Fusion Plant will be the tiebreaker. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, folks. This is the ESL Go4Evolve Sunday Cup. Thank you all so much for the follows today. If you do want to continue supporting the channel, if you haven't done so already, you can hit that follow button down below. It is completely free. Doesn't cost you anything at all. You will get notified anytime we go live for events like this or anything else in the future throughout the week. And we do appreciate all the support that we get from all of you. It's great putting on this show every Sunday. It is, for me, the highlight of my week. I love ESL Sundays.
I completely agree with you there, Aegis. I've been looking forward to casting this all week, and I've been looking forward to the other projects that we have coming in the pipeline as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have Stage 3, the podcast, coming up. A little more information about that later in the show. Perhaps when we cut to a break. Still ironing things out, but it should be next weekend after the EHL broadcast. That's the Evolve Hype League. That's a brand new league that is starting out. And that will be shown throughout the week at different times, as well as this weekend for sure on Saturday. All right, let's jump into the game. They are going into the picks right now. And we have a Kraken. We have a Kyra. Let's see what else they have. We have a Markov and a Griffin, and will it be a Hank or a Cabot? Let's see. I think a lot of teams are favoring Hank versus Kraken now for that shielding against the Lightning Strike.
I agree with you there, Aegis. I think it's absolutely going to be the Hank. Yep.
And you know, we didn't mention this yet.
Oh, they have switched up their format, Aegis. Weebaki is always their support. This is a strange turn of events.
That's a good observation. You're right. You're right.
What were you going to say there, Aegis? Sorry to cut you off.
Binges usually plays their Trapper. We had a micro patch on Thursday, I believe it was, or Friday, that actually changed the targeting speed of the Kraken's Lightning Strike.
Yeah, a lot of things change with that, but yes, I mean the targeting speed of the Lightning Strike, and I believe they fixed the something that was going wrong with Aftershock earlier, Aegis. Apparently, Aftershock Kraken wasn't slowing at all during the end of that. In fact, Kraken was moving at full out, like almost sprint speed as soon as he triggered it. Occasionally, not every time. But I'm glad that they fixed that, just because a lot of people I know have not wanted to play with Kraken, because if they, essentially in a pug match, if a Kraken were to pick up stage 3, 3 points into Aftershock immediately, they just roll people directly out of the dropship.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, once again, going over the players, we have Apex Black, the Monster, Paul Sack, Legend, and for Eyes on You, we have Weebaki on Assault playing Markov. We have Weslington on Medic playing Kyra. We have Binges on Support playing Hank, and we have Mazel on Trapper playing Griffin. And it looks like they are splitting up 4 corners, as hunters like to call it. They do not know where the Kraken is, so they split up in all 4 directions and try to cover as much of the map as possible. Okay, they do have a lock on his location now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I think they pretty much knew where he was there, just because that attack, when that attack went off, they were close enough that I thought they got an audio cue. They don't know exactly where he is though, Aegis.
Yeah, they
are
still
kind of have
searching.
a general idea.
And
he was able to pick up that Tyrant.
You can see the Trapper and the Medic hanging back. I like that. Kyra able to speed boost the Trapper and make it a little bit easier to get that dome off. We haven't seen that yet today. I know we've seen it in past tournaments, but it's always cool to see that standard Trapper support split mixed up a little bit.
This might sound a little bit controversial, but I feel like we are seeing better Hunter teams overall here, Aegis. Oh my goodness, why did he stop to eat there?
He should not have stopped there. It looks like Mazel might be able to get that dome off now. I don't know. No, he is going to get away.
He's verticality here, Aegis. It looks like he's going to be able to get away, but only just barely.
Oh, wow, my goodness. Barely dodges that dome. Gets through at the last minute. And that may have been different had Hank not been laying into him with the laser cutter. That kept his stamina up, that kept him in combat, and may have given him the last bit of traversal that he needed to escape. Unfortunately, we couldn't see how many traversals the monster had left, or whether he recharged one in the middle of combat there. We know he used at least one right before that.
Absolutely.
So it's tough to say, but it may have actually allowed him to escape that dome.
It went from a sticky situation for Paul
to a great one for him. He will get away. He will probably get that stage 2 Evolve off. And for those of you tuning in who might be new to Evolve, what we were talking about is anytime a monster is attacked within 70 meters of the attacking hunter, then it puts both players in combat, and the monster regains his movement faster, which allows the Kraken to stay in the air and fly.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Aegis, but he has almost bursted Mazel down there, and he does have a few abilities left. I think he's trying to escape, though, and it looks like they're going to be able to get their harpoon in, which is going to make this a kind of an interesting struggle, because Mazel is fairly decent at landing those harpoons.
Yeah.
He is out in front with half health. The medic is unable to put the heals down on him for some reason.
He cannot do much until he gets healed up. They can't keep that aggression up.
You know what, Aegis? They're heal trolling. I just saw that because the medic is directly behind Mazel. She was waiting to heal him while Hank had the shield ready as soon as Kraken triggered any ability. They were heal trolling to try and get him to stick around and waste time throwing attacks at them. That's very smart of the Hunter team.
Yeah, that's a brilliant play to allow Mazel to get in and possibly get that dome, or keep him around long enough to not get away. It looks like he will take off now, and look at how far away he is now.
Oh my goodness, a long-distance harpoon there keeps them relevant in the fight as long as they're able to get across the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mazel doing a great job catching up until right now, and he will duck away and escape to that southern portion of the map.
You know, they do know kind of where he's at, though, Aegis, because they did just catch him on the sound spike right as he went at the edge there. And those mammoth birds are very loud when they get upset. Oh, there's a spotter there as well. They should know exactly where he's at. Unless they're not listening. Yeah, he's running over spotter after spotter there, Aegis. And for those of you who are new to Evolve, don't know quite what we're talking about. If you're looking around on the screen most of the time, we can see the wildlife, and those itty-bitty little groundhog-looking creatures are called spotters. And anytime a monster runs by them full force, they get scared and make a little noise, just like real, animals on Earth do. Looks like he's going to go
100 meters away. They will not catch him on this Evolve, I don't think, unless he sticks around. Trapper closing into 60 meters now, plants a sound spike, but I think Paul Sack Legend will escape handily here. He is so far away right now.
He might decide to stay in play just because he does have a decent bit of armor, and Mazel is kind of out in front there, a little bit by himself. Oh, no, it looks like the other team's with him now.
Yeah.
Wow, but you know what? There it is again. Support laying into him with the lightning gun, trying to prevent the feed.
Yep, trying to prevent the feed. That's a good call now. He doesn't have full armor, so it could be helpful, potentially.
No, I absolutely agree with that call there. Unfortunately, they did let up long enough for him to take one of the two mammoth birds that he down there, and he is in an excellent situation to be able to fly directly out of here. Paul doing a great job exploiting the fact that the Kraken is able to move up and down even better than the Goliath is, and that the Hunters take so long to move. It looks like Trapper moved up into position, but he's going to go directly onto the medic. Looks like he's going to get her down. Oh, no. The Hank shield came in just in time. She's half health. She has... Oh, no, that's it. That's it there, Aegis.
Medic goes down. He goes hard on Wabaki. Wabaki pops that shield down to half. I think Wabaki's going to go down, too, on Assault. Look at that. Hank trying to keep him up, but without any heals. That shield will run out eventually. Lightning strike on Mazel. Mazel dodges, but the Banshee Mine does catch him as he takes out Wabaki.
Yep.
Only two left now. Hank drops the orbital. He will back off for a second, focusing down Binges on support right here as Binges tries to res it. Caught by the lightning strike, does not dodge, and they need to run. They need that walk of shame. They need to get out.
As soon as that assault went down, after the medic went down, it was time to split and run. They have waited too long. Binges has got way too low in health, and I don't think he's going to be able to escape here.
Yeah, I don't know. Paul Sack is stopping to feed. Binges is now almost 100 meters away, well out of range of that smell from the Kraken, but he could catch up at any point in time.
Absolutely.
Binges did just use his Invis, so he does have some time until his Invis comes back up again. For those of you just tuning in who may not be familiar with Evolve, all supports have a special ability called Invisibility. It's a cloaking field that allows them to make themselves invisible as well as those around him. Alright, and he will take that stage 3 right now. 3 points in Lightning Strike, 3 in Banshee Mines, 3 in Vortex. And
You
this
know,
could be it. You know, with 30 seconds to go,
it
they
seems
may
like
have enough time to drop in, but he will
it's
probably go on the relay before they drop in.
Aegis, it's very interesting. It seems like every Kraken we've cast so far has a complete aversion to Shockwave, or sorry, Aftershock. They just do not want to take it.
Well, we
Uh,
did see a few last week.
oh,
We
that's
saw
right.
a few surprise Aftershock builds.
That's right. We did see one or two last week. And I agree with your wrap up here. I think that this is going to be it. I don't think they're going to have enough time to be able to stop him from engaging this. I think Binges might have an orbital up, but he's not in position to be able to orbital. It's going to take him a minute to get there.
And look at that. He's just waiting. He's just waiting for that ship to come in. He sees the ship, and he is now going to wait and assault them the second that they drop in.
Yeah, we're gonna get a dropship vortex. This is gonna be nasty.
He sees it a little bit farther away, so he's just gonna go on the relay now. Nope, he's actually just doing that just a little bit, just to buy time to maximize everything he can. Lightning Strike dodged by Mazel. Great play there. Drops the Banshee Mines into Sneak Pounce. Shield on Mazel, but I think he will go down. No heals at all from the medic.
That stage 3 monster, just too OP. The medic not in a good position there. Binge is trying to prevent him from punishing the body, but
drops the orbital, but too late.
Bracket.
And look at that. He goes in on everyone right there. Everyone taking a little bit of damage. More Banshee Mines out and in the open, and they're not even halfway into his armor just yet. Goes on Wellington. Looks like he's splitting his damage up a little bit.
I think he's trying to get Wellington, but they're just kind of grouping together there, Aegis. And unfortunately, they did line of sight their Hank, who had to jump off of the top there. And I think that's good.
Vortex and Banshee Mine pounce onto Weslington, down to 25% health.
Oh.
Shields from the Hank, but I don't know if this will be enough. Down to about 15%. Sneak Pounce on the Markov. Look at that split right there. Forcing Kyra to heal, and then splits and takes out the assault right away, followed up by the Kyra. Excellent, excellent play by Paul Sack Legend. That was brilliant, and it's down to only Binge's Eyes on You's support.
He goes cloak, and he is hiding underneath there. It doesn't look like Paul has quite figured it out yet, but I think he does know the general area that he's hiding, and he knows that he can definitely survive this support no matter what the support decides to do. He can either go and take out the relay, or if the support decides to engage him, he's got nearly a full 2 minutes until they drop. Plenty of time. But unfortunately, it looks like Binges has shot in the air very recently, or at least I saw some laser bolts firing up. I don't know if our Paul the Monster can see that as well. But if so, I think this is going to be it.
Yeah, this could be it. He will go on the relay now. 30 seconds left to go. If he goes on the relay, he will force support out into the open. But you know what? He already sees Binges. He doesn't care. And look at that. Orbital dropped a little bit too early. He definitely dodges it there. Lightning Strike comes out, takes Binges down to half, and all it's going to take is one Sneak Pounce.
Wow. An Epex team taking an early win off of EOY. Fantastic job for Epex. Man, like I said, these Epex teams are really, really coming together.
Yeah, I'm really impressed so far with their play today. Paul Sack Legend, always a great monster player, but really putting on a great show against Eyes on You today.
Oh, let's see here, Aegis. I'm going to see if we have any other updates on the bracket.
Now, that was game 1 of this best of 5, so they will be going into round number 2 almost immediately. It will be Distillery for the second map, and they do have to finish up their picks, and then we will jump right into the second game, unless they choose to have the same picks as they did the last time.
We do have one slight update for the brackets here, Aegis. Team Evolve Hype has beat out Team Click, and they will be advancing to the round of 16 to play against the winner of our current set.
Yeah, so it looks like Team Evolve Hype will be playing whoever wins here. That should be an exciting matchup. Yeah, and that will only be the quarterfinals, the round of 8 at that point in time, and one of the major, well-known teams will have to be eliminated. Let's see, it looks like we will probably have Wolves Esports versus Even More Evolved. Let's see if we have any update on those scores. Let's see here. No, it is not updated yet. Okay.
You know, I miss our guy that we had for the championship. Aegis. I wish we had him back.
Oh, he is. He is working behind the scenes trying to get as many scores as possible. That's why
Oh,
any of this is even possible right now. Thank you so much to Tonic in chat for helping out behind the scenes, offering to do what he can to make things run more smoothly, to keep us up to date on all the scores from all the games that we can't get to you. Obviously we have a blast doing this, but we are only 2 people, and the observer mode only supports 1, so it makes it very, very difficult to even get a single set of games out, much less, of course, all of them. So we do get updates behind the scenes on what is going on with all the other games as well. All right, and it looks like they are still in the picking phase. So it should be just a moment, and we will have game number 2.
now did you say we had an update on how the on how the Apex Hunter team did against the Eyes on You monster?
I do not yet. I don't see that. Apex Black versus Eyes on You. I just have Apex's monster win, the one that we just saw. That's it. So we're still waiting to see what happened in the other side of the round of 32. Let me check with the players right now.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being out there in chat. Once again, if this is your first time here in the chat, please feel free to hit that follow button. It's very free. It's very fantastic, and you'll get a notification every time we go live, either with the EHL Evolve Hype League, with the ESL Go4Evolve Sunday Cups. Black Aegis does a lot of casting all on his own. You guys, he's a fantastic guy. Casting and streaming. I think you'd really enjoy his program. Definitely hit that follow button. If you haven't heard of the Evolve Hype EHL, I'm actually going to post a link in chat here in a moment, just to the EHL current tournament that's about to be happening. Very, very excited to be casting that.
Are we ready, dude?
Let's see.
Let's go.
Do you have a link for that, Aegis? I don't know what's the best link to give out.
Yeah, we can give it out in just a minute. We are jumping into the next game right now, so I will have to get that when we go to a break. We will update you on the Evolve Hype League at that point in time. Once again, we will be going into the second round right here. Let's get that selected.
There we go.
All right. Here we go.
Now, who is playing? I need to come check this. I don't know who is playing Monster for Y.
HOY's monster is Datnewt.
Datnewt, that's right.
All right, and we are at the loading screen right now. Once again, these players did select their character picks behind the scenes. That was the delay between the end of the first game and the start of the second game. We will be getting in right now. We get to see what they picked. They do announce their characters to each other. The Hunter team picks Trapper and Medic first, then the Monster takes his pick, then the Hunter team picks Assault and Support last.
Looks
now,
like
they
it's gonna
do not
be-
announce their perks. Perks are picked behind the scenes when they actually choose their characters right now, so they could be deciding those as we speak.
Looks like it's going to be a Griffin Kyra versus Kraken, and then we'll have to see who they pick up as their Assault and Support. All right, this is very interesting. I'm really excited to see how this ends up turning out. EOY having an excellent showing through the last few weeks of the Go4Evolve Sunday Cup, and Apex always coming, always playing, always placing decently, but never really excelling until this last week or so. Wouldn't you say, Aegis? Which we've seen them just kick it into high gear.
Yeah, they really have. They've put on a great show recently. All right, and here we go into the next game in the round of 16. This is the second game of a best-of-5 series. All right, we have Apex Black's Paul Sack Legend. Let's actually get into the game here. We have Apex Black's Paul Sack Legend playing the Kraken. We have Wibaki for Eyes on You playing Assault, playing Markov. We have Weslington on Medic playing Kyra. We have Binges on Support playing Hank. And we have Mazel on Trapper playing Griffin.
Sensor is online.
You know, interesting. I'm really glad to see more Griffins in use against Kraken. Now that we can actually, or now that the Griffins can actually pull them down with the harpoon. For anybody who doesn't know, ever since 2 weeks ago, it's been a constant pull down. Right once the harpoon is in, and it feels pretty substantial, wouldn't you say, Aegis? I feel like it does. It definitely feel like it gets Kraken down to the ground pretty easily, as long as you can land more than one harpoon in a chain.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a great way to keep that Kraken down on the ground.
All right, and it doesn't look like they really have any idea where he's at. They're trying to come up into the cave. He's done a fantastic job of keeping himself hidden and just kind of sneaked out. I think he's going to get a free stage 2.
They do know where he is now. They see those birds go off, but they are so far away that he could still get a stage 2 out of this.
And he's ready to evolve now. He doesn't know how far they are, but if he did, I think he probably would have just gone right there. Looks like they're finally able to start closing in. I don't know if Binge has got to, or saw him there on the coast. I definitely think they're going to hear him flying, though. Yeah, it looks like they do get the pings off. Trying to sneak his way out of this, and I think he might just do it if he can get away before Ben just comes around that pillar.
All right, and he may pull it off right here.
Nope, there
we
he
can
goes.
see Mazel trying to head him off.
Yep, they've got the pings on him there, and I do think they're going to be able to dome him. Mazel just making sure, trying to check to see if he's got the range on the dome.
Yep, you can see Griffin has that dome out. He's ready to drop it 40 meters away from Pulsac Legend. Gets right in there, drops it right on his head. I don't think he's going to make it out. No, he does not. So we do have a Stage 1 dome.
Fantastic job here. Pulsac Legend's got full armor, but I think he's probably gone that same spread out build he did earlier to try and give himself feed potential and ability to separate them earlier on. Meaning he's probably gone 1 point into Vortex, 2 points into Banshee Mine, using the Banshee Mine in order to kill things off. Or at least that's what he generally does.
And he's just going to hide in the corner right here, just waiting to avoid as much damage as possible. This would be a great time for an orbital. Just
Agreed
sitting
there.
here. You've got to chase him out.
Yep. I don't think that's under overhang either. Fantastic job there. Looks like Binge moved up into position but wasn't able to get anything off. They're doing a fantastic job of setting up in corners here on this map, Aegis. Not letting him... Oh, wow, and a fantastic orbital goes off.
Minimizes any damage done to him, though. It takes almost nothing from it, getting out right away. But once again, they are on him, keeping that aggression up. They are just about to eat through his armor right at the edge of the dome. The dome does go down, and he's going to escape, taking only a sliver of health. They may get half a health bar here.
Fantastic monster here play. Just Paul just letting them get little chips, nothing more. You know what else? He just did something else that I think, whether intentionally or not, he just did something excellent there. I'm not sure if everybody in the audience is aware, but the Griffin harpoons are only effective if Griffin's feet are firmly planted on the ground or if Griffin is jetpacking backwards. And unfortunately, when they harpooned him just there, they were forced to kind of jump, and Kraken didn't bother to turn and break it until it actually caused him a bit of a pullback. By the way, never mind. All right, and he is on their radar. They have got great sound spike placement here. They were able to pick him up, and Mazel is closing in. But it doesn't seem like they're going to have their dome up yet. He's able to put significant damage. Mazel down to half health. Yeah, and he is going to be able to squirt his way in between here. And I think this might finally create the distance he needs. This Eyes on You team doing a great job, just like last round, of keeping the pressure on. It's just a matter of them not being able to do quite enough damage to be able to eat through everything.
All right, and he does make it to Stage 2. Look at that. They will be closing in on him, though. They will definitely get a dome down here. All right, and He will have a maxed out lightning strike now. This is a very, very dangerous situation for the Hunters to be in. Trapped inside of this cave. You know, they may be able to put some serious hurt on him, though. They do back off, though. Interesting choice.
No, he's got. This is a bad position for them to fight in right now. There's not a whole lot of line of sight break there. They have to try and move up and engage him kind of one at a time. What they're going to try and do is get him to come out one way or the other and have their trapper ready to be able to engage. Wow, but they're giving him a chance to pick up absolutely full armor off those Steamodons that just hang out in the cave there.
Hanging out in these caves, he is already almost halfway to stage 3.
He's going to be able to come out here, and this is the fight he wants now. Binges is separated. He's going to be able to he's going to be able to take Spore down almost before they're able to get anything on him. The dome does go down, but once again, this is kind of an area he wants to fight. Oh, wow, look at that, though. They've done a fantastic job. They measured the dome out, and it goes down just before the cave entrance there. So actually, Kraken doesn't have a whole lot of places to run.
Yeah, he, once again, another orbital, just kind of zoning him out. Doesn't really do any damage, though.
Great shielding play. Yeah, he doesn't have anywhere to run around in this arena, though, Aegis. As long as they get on top of that central pillar there, they're going to be able to continue to just put damage on him. Mossel down to half health, but fantastic shielding coming off by Binges here. Geez, there's just not a lot to say about this. I'm wondering why they're unable to put... I don't feel like they're doing quite enough damage. They're finally able to chip his armor off, but they're getting into the health now. Looks like the first quarter of his health is gone. Fantastic job by the CPEX team, not taking any kind of strike.
Hank never laying up with that laser cutter. I love that. That's what a Hank needs to be doing when he doesn't need to drop shields.
You know, the dome is down, and Apex Paul is facing them, choosing to try and get that vortex off, trying to help use his damage to create distance, but in the process also slowing himself down here. This Eyes on You team showing why they've been so strong the last few weeks. Almost gets him down to half health after that stage 2. That's a hard feat to do there, Aegis. Stage 2, full armor, and Monster kind of picking where he wanted to be domed there a little bit. Like, not entirely, but choosing his battleground, at least which side he wanted to come out on. Goodness, very impressive.
Look at that, turns around, drops a lightning strike just to kind of chase them off a little bit, force them to waste whatever jetpack they have left. That's a great move for slowing down the Hunter team. Even if you don't actually land it, at that distance, there's no chance of them catching up to actually get a dome off, and you're going to force them to fall even further behind by wasting precious jetpack dodging that strike.
That and wasting time, Aegis, like a lot of times, they like we saw there, they will try and line of sight like you do inside of combat. It's just your first instinct is to try and hide behind something to break line of sight so the lightning strike doesn't hit you. But in doing that, they stand still. Well, the Kraken is moving slowly because he's casting a lightning strike, but he is moving. He's not quite able to get enough food here to evolve out on this beach, though, Aegis, which is kind of unusual because there's usually a ton of food out here. And it looks like they are going to start closing in on him. I don't know if that sound spike placement is still up. I think he might have dropped it.
Yep, and look at that. Binges right there does see him. But Mazel is still pretty far out. He may be in the perfect position to get a cutoff right here. He drops the dome. Paulsack ducks back the other way. He is trapped, though. They do get him inside the dome. This is a stage 2 dome. He was at full armor, already getting eaten away. Binges the support, down to half.
This is a bad situation for Paul here, Aegis. He's going to need to try and go really aggressive and try and get either Binge or Mazel down, and it's going to be difficult to do either because this team is playing phenomenally well together. None of the damage sticking whatsoever. They are able to get already half of his armor down. And
Banshee Mine into Sneak Pounce on Wellington, but Wellington doing a great job of staying alive this time. This lightning strike may finish him, though. Shield from Hank saves him.
Fantastic Hank shield. And he should have another heal burst up here in just a moment. Oh, wow. Wibaki choosing to body block there. Body blocks the Sneak Pounce. Great job. But oh my goodness, they're grouped pretty tight there.
Wow, double or triple lightning strike right there. This could be it. Westlington will go down right here from that Sneak Pounce.
Aegis. I don't know if you've noticed this, but his armor is completely down now. I think that if I were them, I would drop the dome Wow, Binges, it looked like he was going to take a lightning strike, but I don't think he took any damage from it.
No, that was a complete miss on Paulsak's part. This is a gross overcommitment. They are still laying into him. Drops the orbital. He will dodge the orbital, though. Misses the lightning strike again while they continue to lay in on him. They could actually finish him right here.
I don't know if that orbital was a great choice there, Aegis. They almost had him res. I don't know if he was able to get back in there, but the orbital did throw the Trapper completely off there.
Yeah,
oh, wow, the Trapper does
may
go down.
cost them the game.
Straight to the face. This might be it here, folks. Assault pops his shield. Binges is down. Weebaki is going to follow very shortly. I think this is game, folks.
This could be it, yeah. And Paulsak Legend barely takes a second round off of Eyes on You's Hunter team. That was a very, very close game right there.
Absolutely. EOY showing why they went so far there, but Paulsak Legend just unbelievably impressive. I'm glad to see him playing Kraken. Didn't he go almost exclusive? Like, I might be thinking of the wrong person here. Maybe I'm thinking of a different legend or legendary, but who is the Goliath player that's from Israel?
Oh, that is legendary from Wolves.
Legendary,
Esports.
that's what I was trying to say there, Aegis. That's who I got him confused with there for a minute, just because the Paulsak Legend.
Yes, we have
anyhow.
2 legends in the Sunday Cup scene right now. So that is 2 games in favor of Apex Black's Monster. And we do have Eyes on You's Monster winning the last 2 games. So this is now officially tied 2-2. This will go into a deciding game number 5 best of 5 series.
You know, and Aegis, I just want to comment afterwards. Maybe it's a little too late, but that last match, I think I finally figured out what Paulsak did to turn it around for himself there. At the end of the match, he chose he knew that he was either going to get engaged down there on the beach or one of 2 areas that he decided to run to, because the Trapper was set far enough back that he was going to grab him no matter which way he ran. So he ran up into the area that trapped them into a narrow area between the building, and where they were going to be forced to group, and then used his AoE abilities to be able to do a lot more damage. Fantastic job there, because ultimately in the end that is what won it for him, was being able to do damage to multiple teammates at once and negate that Kyra healing.
Yeah, you're right. And that orbital, I mean, it looked like it was a good play at first. I think it actually did cost them the game.
Yeah, if they would have been able to get the medic back up, that would have been GG. But when it tossed that Trapper so far out of there, and I don't know, I mean, maybe Trapper was going to be or wasn't going to be able to res her. Maybe Paulsak would have turned around in time to be able to get on top of him. But yeah, just hard decisions were made there at the end. And you know, I wish I could be in that team chat just to figure out why Weebaki has switched places with Binge. That's a very interesting call.
Yeah, I know that's a very, very interesting switch up. Maybe in practice with their newest player, they felt that this was the best course of action to take, that to put out this role switch up. I don't know if it's paying off for them though. And you know, we should actually take a look at the brackets real quick, and let's see who is on the left side, because this will actually determine which team actually gets the pick. So it will be Eyes on You. Eyes on You is on the left side of the bracket. That's the bottom in a top-down format, or that's the right side of the bracket. That's the bottom in a top-down format. So they will have the choice as to which side of theirs they will put forth in this final 5th round.
Looking to see if we have any other updates on the brackets here, as long as we're here, Aegis, and I don't see anything yet. Like Team Pink Goliath and the Green Team still don't appear to have finished their matches. Oh, however, I will say that El Perros Grande has beat out Xenomorphs.
Well, they did. Okay, well, good for El Perros Grande. So that means that they will play against Team Sith Evolve. And we're still waiting. That is probably going on right now, so we will still need to wait to see what happens there. We will be getting in on Defend the Relay versus Wolves Esports in the next series of games. We just need to wait to see what happens in this final game of Eyes on You versus Apex Black. That is a best of 5. Once again, thank you all so much, folks, for tuning in today. If you like the stream, if you like the show that we put on for you every Sunday, and you want to support the channel, you can do that for free just by hitting that follow button down below. You will get notified whenever we go live on Sundays or any other day throughout the week, no matter what we're playing. It's completely free, and it's a great way to support the channel. You can also support us on Twitter and YouTube as well. And coming up on the YouTube channel very, very soon, this week at some point, I should be obtaining from 2K directly high-definition videos of the PAX East Pro-Am tournament that will be uploaded to that YouTube.
Fantastic. It'll be good to see you guys on stage again. I'll be excited to see some of the some of that play done from multiple angles like I think you guys are supposed to be receiving. Let's see here. You know, an interesting pick here. Like, I understand the Hank pick because it negates so much of the burstiness that Kraken's able to do. But I feel like if they would have had a little bit more damage, I don't know. It could have gone one way or the other because Hank's shields were pretty clutch there, and Hank's shields kept people up multiple times. You know, the Hank cannot be overstressed. But the old meta used to be Cabot every time Cabot, and for good reason. Kraken is forced to face you and put his very large face in danger every time that he chooses to do an attack, and Cabot is able to punish that. But ever since we've seen the Cabot nerf, I see very few teams running Cabot anymore. Have you seen it at all, Aegis?
Hold on one second. I'm just finalizing with the teams right now. It looks like Cyril will be going. So it will be Cyril, the monster player, for Eyes on You versus Apex Black's Hunter team.
It'll be good to see the other side of that bracket too there. Or not the bracket, but the other side of this match set.
Alright, we are just waiting to get in on that.
So it's all on Apex Black's Hunter team then, to try and pull a win out of this. And let's remind the audience that even though we haven't watched these other teams, the Monster won both sets here as well. So this is going to be a lot of pressure in that Hunter team chat room for sure.
All right, let's hop over real quick. We should be jumping into their lobby in just a moment. So let's see if we have any other updates while we're waiting. All right, we have, let's see, we have not too many other scores reported from the round of 16.
Team Ninja Penguins takes a win off Run Speed Bucket. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't have any official scores, though. That's in particular what I was looking for. Yeah, so Ninja Penguins will play Hard On You in the quarterfinals.
Oh.
That should be an interesting series to watch.
And Team Pink Goliath beat out the green team. So they're going to be playing Team Hard On You in the round of 16 right now as well.
Yeah, I believe that is going on right now, and that will determine who plays against Ninja Penguins. All right, here we go here. We are in the lobby. We are ready to cast this final 5th game in this best-of-5 series. This will determine who advances to the quarterfinals, the round of 8, folks. This is a best-of-5. This is the 5th and final game. It is all on the line here for each of these two teams, both veterans to the Go4Evolve scene on Sundays. I think both teams have been here every single weekend, and one of them will take an early withdrawal from the tournament after this match has concluded. They are going through their picks right now. Do you think we'll see anything different from either of the teams?
You know, I first of all, I don't know that we've watched this. We watched this current Hunter team last match, Aegis, but we haven't seen them against the current monster that they're playing right now. I don't know what to say that they'll switch up from last time. I'd be interested to see, like I was saying, I haven't seen hardly anybody go Cabot since the Cabot nerf, and I don't feel like it was that much of a nerf that you should never ever see Cabot play against Kraken again, because the whole reason he was viable in the first place is still true. Kraken, in order to do any of his attacks, has to face his giant target of a face towards you. And Cabot, even though he has that 25% reduced damage or 30% reduced damage, 25% reduced reload speed, he still does a lot of damage, and he can still help the rest of the team do more damage as well. So, I mean, it's hard to say that he's the better choice, but it'd be interesting to see somebody try and switch it up and pick that.
Yeah, it would
because,
be. With the lower tracking speed on the Lightning Strike now, it should be easier for a Hunter team to dodge a Lightning Strike. And really, that's all it comes down to. Dodge that Lightning Strike. The Banshee Mine Sneak Pounce is pretty powerful. I guess you do still have to worry about that as well, now that people have discovered that. But still, well, I think Cabot is very, very viable against a Kraken.
I completely agree. And if you look at, for instance, this isn't going to be the exact same, but if you look at Weebaki and Binges in the last couple of matches, they were able to keep on the monster at stage 1 and 2 before the monster, or at stage 1 before the monster was able to do much damage. They were able to continue to pressure him, but they were never able to do much health damage in those early stages. Maybe having a Cabot might have changed that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not only do you have that consistent railgun pressure, but you also have the damage amp as well.
Yeah, because in the earlier matches, I mean, like, once again, there were a couple of really clutch Hank shields, but for the most part, Hank was using his cutter. It does look like we have... Goodness, I'm very surprised to see a Markov again. Especially when they know for sure he's going. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we do have the Cabot pick. We do have the Cabot pick,
fantastic.
Which is great to see. Great to finally see that Cabot pick.
Fantastic. I'm really very interested why we're still seeing Markov time after time after time. I'd very much like to hear one of the teams talk about it. I suspect that it's just comfortability and familiarity. Maybe I'm wrong, though, Aegis.
And once again, we always see in chat very, very frequently, anytime we jump into a game starting on the monster's perspective, the monster stands there for a while, and people question why. That's due to a combination of both loading screens and the fact that on the monster's end, he's actually eating a corpse while the game starts. There's like a 2 or 3 second buffer time, if you will. But on our end, as observers, the monster just stands there without an animation. That's all it is.
All right, and Cyril looking like he's going to be able to pick up almost full armor before the hunters even drop, but unfortunately he does drop birds.
They are close by. Let's quickly cover the players quick before a dome comes down. We have Eyes on You, Cyril, playing Kraken the monster. We have the Pie Maker. Playing Assault as Markov. We have Adrenocide once again for Epex Black. Playing Kyra the Medic. We have Nightmare on support. Playing Cabot. And we do have, dropping that dome, Wardoon getting Sneak Pounce right now. The Trapper Maggie about to go down. This dome could drop early. No, he does escape, and he will get a lot of health back. I think he is A-okay right here. Nope, unable to actually get out, but Cabot does come in with the damage amp. Markov on the lightning gun.
With the damage amp, and not to be overstated, or not to be understated here, he comes in with that combat cloak. Able to break the focus off of the Trapper there. Fantastic job. Though Kraken, Cyril is in a fantastic position to be able to mitigate all damage here. There is a really interesting loop that not only incorporates him running around something, but it also incorporates them having to use their jetpack to be able to get around it. Really, really interesting area to have domed him in here, Aegis. Oh, wow, that Cabot railgun damage punishing, like I said earlier, though. A fantastic job here. They've almost got his armor stripped off, which means they're going to be getting into health damage here soon. Cyril needs to get out. The dome does go down. Is he going to be able to escape before they... Oh, yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to put a little bit of distance on. Yeah, as you can see, that team trying desperately, even Adrenocide trying to throw out those fire grenades just to try and get any bit of damage they can on him. Looks like they do take just chips. Maybe they can keep up with him, though, here, Aegis. Maybe they can keep the pressure on. Aegis, are you still there?
Yeah, I think that they will. I think that they will. Yeah, look at that. And they are coming in right here. We have the Pie Maker.
Oh, wow. Turning and trying to engage here. seeing that Nightmare is all alone with the Pie Maker, with nobody to be able to keep him up, that's a very interesting split for them. He's going to go ahead and take Nightmare out of the fight, getting a free strike off essentially at stage 1, and going to camp the corpse because it's really, really hard for hunters to punish a Kraken that's camping a corpse. Going to sneak pounce Pie Maker, and this might be the game here, Aegis.
This is actually pretty bad for them right now.
This is terrible. This is anticlimactic, but wow. Pie Maker does go down. He gets the sneak pounce. Adrenocide trying to heal him up and wasn't able to get any damage
And they
off,
pull the dome down. A very, very interesting choice. With only 2 people up, they drop the dome. It's Wardoom and Adrenocide, plus a Daisy, of course, but I don't know if they can keep Pie Maker alive.
Kyra's able to get it up, but they're not able to do any damage for this. I mean, yes, Pie Maker is kind of still standing, but all they're getting is Maggie's...
Yep,
pistol.
and look at that sneak pounce. Gonna finish off Adrenocide right here. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to recover from this, I don't think. There's not enough room to juke. The Vortex does take him down. Pie Maker is back up on the lightning gun, but now they don't have a medic. And look at Cyril circling around those trees, deftly dodging as much fire as he can. Lightning Gun is taking him down to half, though. He is pretty much committed here. He needs to dish out the damage and get the kill. Adrenocide goes down as well. What a risky play here. Wow. Assault down to only 25% life, still laying into him with the Lightning Gun. The damage is just not enough, and we have only one player left alive. A single sneak pounce will end this game.
He's waiting. If you saw, he looked a little frustrated there, Aegis. I think he just waited and stopped and was like, I'm tapping sneak pounce, I'm tapping sneak pounce, it's not working. Hold on a second, where is he? There we go.
And he finishes him off with a vortex of all things. Kind of a vortex to the face, a very, very low damage ability, but all that was needed to actually clinch the win. Great play on
monster win that we've ever seen, Aegis? I think it is.
You know what? I think you might be right about that, IG. I don't recall ever seeing a Stage 1 win before this. That's amazing.
That was all splits too, Aegis. That was all splits that ended up doing it for him. Their splits were too far apart, and they didn't have the right splits. Like, they had Assault with Trapper, which there's nothing Assault can do at all to help keep Trapper up. Trapper is all by himself, and there's nothing Griffin can naturally do on his own to keep himself up. Just a hard situation there, trying to chase down that Stage 1 monster. Sometimes you have to remember that he's still a threat if he can split you up correctly, Aegis.
Yeah, and we see that right there. Really, really surprising, though. Great splits on the Kraken player's part. Great splits on Cyril's part. He did a great job kind of maximizing every small misplay from the enemy team and focusing them down, focusing the player who needed the most focusing, and taking those right opportunities. Just really, really impressive play all around. Let me check with the Gentleman Squirrel and see if DTR is ready.
Perfect. And as we're moving up, I'm going to go ahead and check on this, on the brackets, see if there's any current updates. I don't think there is so far. Yeah.
I don't see an official update yet, so Wolves may not even be ready. Let's see. Okay, I am getting a response back right now. Okay, so they are ready, but they need to wait for whoever wins between Wolves and Even More Evolved. We will cut to a short break, folks, while we wait for the rest of the round of 16, which is already in progress, to finish up and get updated brackets going into the quarterfinals. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you do want to support the channel, you can do so completely for free by hitting that follow button down below. You get notified anytime we go live. And you can also follow us on Twitter and YouTube as well. We love doing these Sunday casts for you. We've put as much time as possible into putting on the best show that we can for everyone in the Evolve scene, the small community that we have here, just trying to do what we can to build it up and take it to Stage 3. And as we mentioned last week, coming up, now it will be this weekend. We do have a time. It will be on Saturday at approximately 3 p.m. We will be taking you guys to Stage 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in just a bit.